In the heart of Oakwood Forest, where towering trees stretch toward the sky and a peaceful breeze rustles through the leaves, there lived a squirrel named Speedy McNutters. Now, Speedy wasn't your average squirrel. While most of his kind were content with gathering acorns and leaping from tree to tree, Speedy had a dream of speed. He loved to go fast. Very fast. One crisp autumn afternoon, Speedy had an idea that would change Oakwood forever. As he was zooming across a grassy clearing, tail high and feet flying, he skidded to a stop in front of his best friend, Whiskers the rabbit. "Whiskers!" Speedy exclaimed, eyes gleaming with excitement. "I've got it, we should have a skate-off. A race with wheels." Whiskers twitched her nose. "A skate-off? You mean like, on roller skates?" "Exactly," Speedy said. "Imagine the thrill of zooming down the hill, gliding through the forest like we were born to fly. It'll be the race of a lifetime." Whiskers hopped in place, excited by the idea. "Sounds awesome, but do you think the other animals will go for it?" Speedy grinned. "I know just who to ask." The next day, Speedy gathered all of Oakwood's most adventurous animals for a meeting under the great oak tree. Soon, the clearing was filled with excited chatter as animals from all walks of life gathered. Gertie the goose, who loved to glide on the wind, Rocky the raccoon, a bit of a trickster but always up for a challenge, and even Sasha the skunk, known for her surprisingly speedy little feet. Speedy stood on a large stump, holding up a shiny pair of roller skates. "The Great Squirrel Skate-Off," he announced. A race through Oakwood's wildest terrain, down the hill, around the twisting oak trunks, through the creek, and across the finish line. Whoever wins will earn the title of Oakwood's fastest creature and, of course, bragging rights for a whole year. The animals looked at each other, some skeptical, others intrigued. Then, Rocky the raccoon spoke up, grinning mischievously. "I don't know, Speedy. You may be fast on those little paws of yours, but how do you expect a goose like Gertie to skate? Her wings aren't exactly designed for wheels." Gertie flapped her wings, unruffled. "Don't underestimate me, Rocky. I've been practicing my glide sprints. Plus, I have my own version of roller skates. These webbed feet were made for speed." The other animals chuckled, but Speedy was determined. "That's the spirit. This race is about more than just speed. It's about ingenuity, style, and, of course, the love of the thrill." The day of the race arrived, and Oakwood was buzzing with excitement. Speedy was wearing a custom-made pair of roller skates, the wheels sparkling in the sunlight. Whiskers had crafted her own set of rollerblades from smooth tree bark and twigs, while Rocky had rigged up a makeshift skateboard with old wooden planks. Gertie, true to her word, had attached wheels to her feet and was practicing her balance with impressive skill. The starting line was set at the base of the great oak tree, and the finish line was marked by a large stack of acorns near the creek. A small crowd of animals had gathered to cheer on their friends. "Ready, set, go," shouted Whiskers, acting as the race judge. The whistle blew, and the race began with a burst of motion. Speedy shot forward, his tiny paws pumping furiously as he zipped ahead, his tail streaming behind him like a banner. Gertie spread her wings, leaping into the air for a brief glide before landing and skating over the grass, using her wings to steer herself with surprising grace. Rocky's skateboard hit the first bump, and he spun out of control, tumbling onto his back with a thud. "Whoa!" he exclaimed, picking himself up and laughing. "I guess I need more practice." Whiskers was already nipping at Speedy's heels as they rounded the first turn. "You're fast, Speedy, but not fast enough," Speedy smirked. "We'll see about that." The path through the forest was treacherous. Twisted roots reached up from the ground, and sharp rocks lined the trail. Speedy dodged them effortlessly, his roller skates humming across the earth. Gertie, using her wings to maintain balance, flew past a large rock and landed gracefully just ahead of Whiskers. "Hey, no flying," Whiskers called out, but Gertie just winked and zoomed off. As the race progressed, the animals began to encounter the creek, which was deeper and wider than they had expected. Speedy, always quick on his feet, found a narrow log bridge to cross. But Whiskers, with her long legs, leaped over the creek with a single bound, leaving Speedy behind. Suddenly, Gertie came swooping down from above, landing just beside the creek. "You're all going to need a little help," she called, and with one powerful push of her wings, she skipped over the water with ease. Not fair, Rocky muttered as he struggled to find his footing on the slippery rocks at the creek's edge. But just ahead, the finish line was in sight. Speedy and Whiskers were neck and neck, with Gertie close behind. The crowd of animals cheered him on, shouting and waving their paws. In a burst of determination, Speedy pushed himself harder, his little skates clattering on the final stretch. Whiskers stretched her legs, trying to outpace him, but it was too late. With a final surge of speed, Speedy crossed the finish line, his tail twitching in triumph. Speedy McNutters had won the race. The animals crowded around the new champion, lifting him up on their shoulders in celebration. Even Rocky, who had taken a tumble halfway through, congratulated him with a playful grin. "Great job, Speedy," Gertie said, landing beside him. "You really are Oakwood's fastest." Speedy smiled, his heart racing from the thrill of victory. "Thanks, Gertie. And hey, this race was about more than just winning, it was about having fun. You all did amazing, and I couldn't have asked for better competitors." Whiskers laughed, her ears flopping with the movement. "Next year, I'm challenging you to a bunny hop contest." And with that, the animals of Oakwood celebrated with a grand feast, sharing stories of the race and planning their next big adventure. The Great Squirrel Skate-Off had been a success, but Speedy knew one thing for sure: there would be many more races, and he was ready to race again, because in Oakwood, speed was always in motion. And so, Speedy's legend grew, the fastest squirrel in the forest, but also the one who loved bringing everyone together for a good time, on wheels or on paws.